Trade in engineering services is governed both internationally and domestically through the trade rules, policies, regulations, and laws. In the case of Belize, the services sector is governed by various sector specific regulations from medical professions to tourism related jobs. Among these services sectors is the engineering service. Engineering is defined as the branch of science and technology concerned with the design, building, and use of engines, machines, and structures. The engineering field in Belize is still a growing one. Currently, there are 10 locally owned firms and 2 foreign owned firms in the engineering industry in Belize. Victor Miranda is the CEO of Chamberlain Consulting. He is an electrical engineer who has been in the business for over 30 years.
An electrical engineer basically provides all electricity and electronics devices to the community at large. So basically, you see every day the need and the importance of electricity, the need for importance of telecommunications, the need of and importance of every single appliances inside your house.
Miranda said that he has seen significant development in the engineering field in Belize, most notably in the technology used.
If you look at civil engineering, now they're doing computer software aided designs, which is now speeding up the process of how long they take to design a building, a pool, or whatever infrastructure they are developing out there. If you look at the electrical field, the same thing. There's computer-aided software that will help you design at a infrastructure for a big resort, for example, and do simulations so you exactly know how it will behave, for example, under a lightning, because one of the biggest problems we have, for example, in the southern part of the country is lightning damage. And that's whereby you have to design to make sure you minimize the losses and ensure continued services for customers in all the utilities that we have.
So, how has engineering impacted this small nation?
What engineers continuously do, we are increasing the quality of life of Belizeans. That's what we do on a day-to-day basis. Long gone are the days when you used to take 8 hours to travel to PG. Long gone are the days when we used to have extended blackouts. Long gone are the days that we used to use diesel generation for electricity. As a nation, we have a lot to do and we have made a lot of progress, but yes, we have a lot more to get done.
Like every other sector, engineers do face their own challenges, from financing to training and development.
The challenges, as always, will be financing and the tied financing that comes sometimes in reference to how you develop local engineers. Because the design normally goes to foreign engineers and the local is just implementing and it is working on something that is already designed by somebody else which is not aware of our conditions. And 4 or 5 years down the road, you find out that the infrastructure was not built to meet the needs of the country. The best thing is to hire local so that you develop your local manpower, you develop the local technology to address the needs of the country. Let us look at an example of a road. If you design a road and you are getting material from a certain place to do the filling of the road, and you did the soil testing, you as the local would know all the different soil type available within the country and from where you can get those soil. You know, it's not just get soil from point A and that will work for you. If we have locally a firm that is continuous, always has that skilled labor to implement, we will have better quality.
Miranda said other challenges include the issue of persons posing as engineers without the proper qualifications and the lack of training and maintaining a quality workforce.
What is happening right now, you hire foreigners, they come for 6 months, build the road and leave. So what happened to the continuity in the labor, the skilled labor? There's no continuity. So when you break continuity, they go find other jobs. So at the end of the day, we end up with an ill-trained workforce. So it's the continuity in the training that is needed in the skilled labor. And that's why I'm encouraging government to basically put a program in place so that we can have that continuity in skilled labor in Belize.
In 2001, the Association of Professional Engineers of Belize, APEB, was formed to support the development of the engineering profession in Belize and assist in the development of national disciplines for the expansion of trade in the engineering sector. APEB has been working with the government of Belize to ensure measures foster the ease of doing business for local and international engineers. The current president of APEB is Rami Chia, owner of Chia's Engineering and a professional in the field for 13 years.
APEB's role is firstly to ensure that we are providing a high level of technical and ethical engineering service to the country of Belize, which would benefit us by ensuring that the standards are kept to a point where you are getting engineering product that is worth it. So what we do in APEB is we regulate what engineers are accepted into the association. I would like to see that more of our engineers, both local and international, are registered with the association. That way we can continue to provide that service that the association is trying to accomplish and ensure that everybody fits under that umbrella so that you don't have to question if the engineer that you got to design your house is qualified to do so. Their name would be on our website and you would be able to say, yes, this is indeed a professional engineer.
To date, APEB has 123 registered members who, through the association, have professional ties with several international organizations. Membership to APEB provides opportunities for professional development, participation in seminars, networking, and legal reform in the industry. But there are still some challenges concerning legal reform.
What we are seeing currently is that these same contractors that come from abroad, they come in and they don't register to practice in the country, so they operate illegally. So we would like to see a cooperation between the government and all these private contractors so that we could start to have them registered to practice in Belize. We are here to assure the quality of these individuals. And if there's an ethical problem, if there's a design problem, we have to have a recourse to be able to have a dialogue with their respective engineering association where they're registered so that if they are malpracticing, that they be dealt accordingly. I mean, it can't be fair for us as an association proceed legally against one of our Belizean members for malpractice and not apply the same measuring stick to a foreigner practicing in Belize.
With the assistance of the Belize Coalition of Service Providers, APEB has been able to access more information on professional employment and markets in Belize and has strengthened its lobbying presence in government in order to improve the environment for professional engineering services in Belize. The association has been very instrumental in the Belize Building Act and the Occupational Safety and Health Bill. The latter has not yet become a reality, but Miranda said that the association continues to support it because it's needed. The most recent development in the engineering industry was the amendment to the Belize Building Act. The amendment's objective is to strengthen and clarify the relationship between the Central Building Authority, local authorities, and the local building authorities.
In the building aspect, we also advocated for that one. In our end goal was to move the Central Building Authority to become an independent body and to also be the body that will lead in development of standards for the country.
Even with all the engineering developments and benefits thus far, there's still a long way to go, including seeing an increase in the number of female engineers. Of the 123 registered members of APEB, only 7 are women.
As can be noted, it is a male-dominated field. And there's a lot of stigma with it that girls can't do what boys can do. And there's a lot of feeling of insecurity and sexual discrimination in the field, as is. We're getting out of that, but that is to me what keeps women away. That feeling that you'll have to come to work and have 100 men working around you and not knowing how they will be receptive to your presence with them, how much respect you will get from them. If we get more women in the field, it will become more socially acceptable by everyone, and it will allow for that stigma that there is that women can't do it or that we're not as capable as the men to fade away.
We would like to see more females come on board. We have excellent females right now. We have an electrical engineer BL, two of them. We have in BTL, we have a couple more. In BWSL, there's one. And there's several practicing independent civil engineers. So yes, we want to see more in this field.
Miranda also foresees the need for a long-term strategic plan for infrastructural development.
I mean, we want to go green, yes. So we have 2 hydros, no, 3 hydros now. So let us look at other options. You have the solar farms, you have the solar projects going on down south, wind energy. So we can look at all of those alternate sources of energy now and continue developing those in the electrical field. In the civil, we are looking better ports, better roads, better airports. So that's what we want to see. A long-term plan for ports, airports, all the infrastructure that you need to operate. And of course, let's put some rural and urban planning in place as well, so that then we can move towards that. Our coast, our reef, everything needs planning. All of them need engineering so that we could have a long-term plan. My hope is that there will be more importance and more of a long-term plan for the sector, because the sector brings, as I said, all the basic needs for the country to grow.
When you get home, all dirty and full of mud, sometimes cement, hair stiff as Brillo, what makes it all worth it is knowing that you're leaving something behind. You're helping to create, to build a part of Belize that will be there that you can be proud of. It's that feeling of pride that you get knowing that you're a part of something that will be left even after we're gone.
Despite the challenges, the demand for engineering services continues to grow, with the highest demand coming from the Belize district. This is no surprise due to the majority of the engineering services located in Belize City. As a highly skilled professional industry, the potential for local and international growth is immense. Looking ahead, there is optimism for a well-organized engineering service sector which would be firmly poised to effectively take advantage of the domestic market and access foreign as well as more diverse markets.